What is it?
I'd like to challenge you to a duel, sir. A little amicable combat.
Why would I want to fight you?
Ad honorem, friend. For honor. For the thrill of combat.
Well, if that's how you look at it.
So, shall we cross swords?
That sounds interesting. But what shall we fight for?
Ah, so chivalry alone is not enough to tempt you.
No, sir. I'm drawn to more, glittering bait.
I see. Well, why not? Let us make it more interesting, then. I'll tell you what. I have a fine suit of armor, a horse, and a sword I won at dice. The horse and sword I can use, but the armor doesn't fit me well. I'll bet a piece of armor against a reasonable sum of groschen.
All right, why not?
I'm glad to hear it. Let's get to it.
Cunt! Kunda. You know how this one ends. Fucker. Way off. You're going to cry now. Fucking hell! Show what you're made of. Fuck!
Here, the reward you've earned.
titkod! Mi a szar van? Mi az ott? Hol az az ördöklő disznó? Nem futhatott messzire. Itt lesz valahol.
Véletlenül kibújtál anyád szuknyája alól. Épp elkurtad az élet.
A szarba! Utolsó fasz!
You're not averse to a bit of profit, are you?
What's it about?
I have a wonderful offer for you. The deal of your life.
All right.
As you wish.
What's it about?
I have a wonderful offer for you. The...
All right.
As you wish. Stop!
My respects to you.
I need to erect an atonement cross. How much does one cost?
10 groschen. We already have one such cross ready, so if you pay now...
Here you are.
What do you think? Will he come again?
I'm sure we've seen the last of him. Oh, feels so light. I could float away at peace with the world.
That's a peace I have yet to find. As you've seen for yourself, shaking off the past isn't easy.
Here's a ring my husband left me. I don't even know where he got it, but it might be worth something. Take it, with my gratitude.
Glad I was able to help.
Thank you, and God be with you.
And with you. I hope you'll finally have peaceful dreams.
my money. Just try and take it. Damn, I should have fucked off.
Rossz helyen vagy, rossz időben.
Nicsak. Mi bújt itt elő?
Jól van, állj le! Feladom. Világos?
Mi folyik ott?
Hey, what are you up to?
Nem kellett volna repülnie. Hát hol az a személy? Eltűnt, de legközelebb elkapom a szemetet, és duplán megkapja.
Hey!
Hé, ki van ott? Rossz helyen vagy, rossz időben. Véget, te genyó! Na, bassza meg!
Someone there?
Az meg elég! Legyőztél, hagyd már!
I've no mercy for the likes of you. You're dead.
Kibaszott ribbant! What was that?
God save Henry.
How could anyone be so cruel?
This one got it in the back, and there's more of them over by the main stables.
Smell. The stud farm owner. I saw him in Skalitz a few times. His poor widow.
He looks like a hen. Maybe he'll lay an egg. Our stud farm isn't finished. Be a bit more careful. Ask.
I can come back later if you...
No. I saw you came with the soldiers, and the sooner you know everything, the sooner you'll catch those savages.
I'm sorry to trouble you, ma'am, but could you tell me about the raid?
The noise woke us up. Me and Smill. We thought the horses were restless, or maybe some drunk had staggered here from the inn.
Do you get drunks coming here a lot?
Sometimes, but not this time. My husband went out to see what was going on. Then I just heard loud voices and screaming. It's so stupid. It didn't even occur to me at first that something could have happened to Smill. I didn't find out until the morning.
Did you recognize any of the voices you heard?
No, but they spoke Czech, cursing like demons, even at each other.
At each other? They quarrelled?
Yes. Something must have happened.
And where did you hear this noise?
Everywhere. It was chaos. I don't even know how many of them there were.
I mean at the very start. Do you remember where you heard the noise come from then?
I don't know. I just don't know.
Did you get a look at them? There's one man, huge and dressed all in black. Did you see him?
No, I didn't.
Who should I question about the raid? Did anyone here see anything?
Ginger was sleeping in the stable. He might have seen something. Jacob, the old stable boy. He even fought with them.
From what I've heard, Mark was the first one to wake. It might be a good idea to talk to him. I don't know of anyone else.
Another useless soldier come to ask questions. You should have fucking been here last night.
What's wrong with your arm? That's nasty. It needs to be...
That feels a mite better. Thank you. What do you need to know?
What in the world happened here?
The bastards attacked us. At night, a little before dawn.
And how did you come by that wound?
I heard someone talking, so I went to look outside. Then I saw what they'd done to the horses. I shouted at those bastards. Caught one by the club.
Without a weapon? With just...
Yeah. But he cut me pretty good, the fucker. Lucky for me the others started to come out then, so the raiders ran. All that's left is his cloak.
And you've got no idea why they did it?
Something must have gone wrong for them. They ran off without taking anything.
There's one man in particular. Huge. Dressed all in black. Voice loud enough to crack stone. Did you see him?
Who the fuck do you think half killed me?
So he really was here. The bastard. Can you help me?
How?
You know the area. How can I figure out which way they went?
They left in a hurry. You could see if there's a fence knocked down, or a gate.
They really did slaughter them. Why would anyone do that? They really did slaughter them. Why would anyone do that? How could anyone be so cruel?
innocent creatures.
What? Who's there? Easy.
I don't know anything.
Are you hurt?
No, nothing. Not a scratch.
What really happened here?
I don't know. Someone attacked. I don't know who.
You didn't happen to hear where they came from?
No. Rosie.
How could anyone be so cruel? Are you...
Leave me alone.
But there's no need to be afraid. With your help, I'll find those bastards and then I'll make them pay.
They deserve it. What do you need to know?
What actually happened here?
Why did they kill them?
Did they take anything?
No.
Think carefully now. How did it...
We heard the animals. Their shriek, then Smill. He shouted.
You're certain it was the animals first and then Smill? Not the other way round?
I'm certain. I'd never heard a sound like that before. Now I'll never forget it.
What happened after that?
We ran outside and it was chaos. Animals were dying, the stables were burning, and those demons everywhere.
The stables were already burning. Didn't that happen after?
No. It was to set the blaze when they...
You said they were demons?
No, just vermin. Worthless human...
How many of them were there?
Not many. There were just a few that came after us, but more around the...
So they were yelling because of all the noise?
No, something happened.
In the back?
Towards the woods. To the north.
So some of them were running away and the others were fighting?
Aye. For a time. Then more of us came out and we fought back, so the...
Where? Where did they run?
To the north. Into the woods.
Thanks. That's all I needed to ask.
Why?
How could anyone be so
Henry's
cruel?
come to see us. See what they did here. Kill them. Find those boys. Kill them.
creatures.
How could anyone be so cruel?
Welcome, Henry. Are you serious?
They went deeper and deeper, for sure. Poor wretch. He must have crawled here. If it was the horses they were after, there'll be even more of them by the main stables.
Why? Be a bit more careful. How are you, Henry?
Such senseless brutality. They slaughtered horses as well as people, and yet it seems they didn't take anything.
Henry, I'm glad you came.
Do you know whose hoofpick this is?
Ginger's. He was always bragging about it. Why do you ask?
I'm just trying to get the story straight.
But you won't find Ginger here anymore.
And you don't know where Ginger could have gone?
Dunno. Ask Jakob.
Good day, Henry.
Do you know anything about this hoofpick?
Yeah, it's Ginger's.
Any idea where I might find this Ginger?
Well, that's the thing. He packed up and left.
What?
Look, I know how he looks. But Ginger is a fine...
Where could he have fled to?
I might know. But you gotta promise me one thing. When you find him, listen to what he has to say before judging.
You have my word.
Sometimes the charcoal burners come to see him. He gets on well with them. I think that's where he's...
And where is that?
No idea. They've always kept to themselves, you know.
But the forest is full of folk like that. They could be anywhere.
Aye, except these ones won't be far. If you follow the stream from the stud farm towards Rattay, you'll come across one of their...
Only what?
Ginger didn't go that way, though. He always went by the big road, through the wood.
But how can I find them?
There's always smoke when they work. You'll smell them before you see them. Well, and they need to be...
So if I go through the woods along running water, I'll find them?
Exactly.
What the hell are you doing?
Henry, I'm glad you came.
Good day to you.
Any chance of some work here, Captain?
It all depends on what you're ready to do, my lion. As I'm sure you've noticed, the roads around here are swarmed. Sir Hunnish has declared quite a reward for dealing.
So what do you think I should do about them?
We know about one of their encampments. It's to the east of Rattay. I don't really mind how you deal with them. Anyway, the leaders generally wear spurs. In any case, bring me the spurs.
Very well. I'll see to it.
Wait. In addition, Sir Hanush has offered a reward for every bandit who's killed. So take a good sharp
Very well. That sounds amusing.
Well, as for amusement, I'd entertain.
I have some, trophies.
Let's see. Quite a collection. My boy, you're God's own avenging angel.
I think Ginger is mixed up in it somehow.
Why do you say that?
The hoof pick I found on the dead bandit in the woods is his.
That is fucking suspicious.
They won't get away with this.
He acted suspiciously when I questioned him.
What do you mean?
Well, he was squirming and didn't really say anything.
He might just have been in shock.
He disappeared right after we found those bandits in the woods. And I think I know where he went.
Where?
To the charcoal burners. He has friends there.
We've got to find him. But if his friends really are hiding him, I doubt they'll talk to my men. You should search for him, Henry. Go, before the trail turns cold. I'll send a report to Ratai.
Very well, sir. happened to you?
God has punished me. That's what happened. I hide in the woods at night and a few groschen, sir, so I can go and...
Food? Let me see. What about this?
May God reward you for your...
Have you seen Ginger around here?
Who?
A boy with ginger hair, a stable boy from Neuhof.
No one from Neuhof's been here.
Talk to me and leave the others in peace.
What are you here for?
Could you help me?
Depends what you want, doesn't it?
I'm looking for Ginger, a stable boy from Neuhof. They say he ran away and joined up with some charcoal burners he used to hang around with sometimes.
Sorry, there's never been a lad called Ginger around here. You have to try...
A murder's been committed at Neuhof, and that boy likely knows who did it. It's vital.
There's been murder aplenty in these parts of late. But that Ginger...
There'll be a lot less murdering going on once I bring those bastards to justice. So how about helping me out?
Calm down, lad. For the love of God. There's been no one like the boy you want round here. But then again, there are other charcoal burners. Try them. You might want to hurry. You're not the first to be asking about him. And the others weren't exactly a noble-looking bunch. Although they were generous with their silver.
They didn't happen to say what they wanted him for?
No. But they definitely didn't look like they wanted to invite him to a
Do you have any idea where else he could have gone?
You said he was friends with the charcoal burners? Well, you'll definitely find some in the forest.
But that forest is huge. I could spend weeks.
Then follow the river. That's how you found us, isn't it? Where there's charcoal burn.
All right, I'll go and ask.
Got bellyache, have you? Oh, that's nasty.
Jesus Christ be praised.
Do you know where I could find Ginger?
Who?
The stable boy from Neuhof. I've heard he's friends.
Oh, I know who you mean. He went not long ago to the charcoal burners by Townburg.
I'm searching for a stable.
Yeah, I know him right enough.
He's run away from the stud farm. I have to find...
Well, he's definitely not here. Try the other charcoal burn.
God be with you.
Has anyone here...
That boy from the stud farm?
Yes, that's the one. Is he around?
No, he's not here. But he passed through not long ago, on the way to town.
What are you doing, you murderer?
What on earth are you talking about?
I saw you robbing the corpse.
I was looking for signs of life, to see if I could help.
Ah, and could you?
Unfortunately not anymore.
All right. I suppose you're not the guilty one after all.
I'm glad you saw sense. We'll just have to report it.
Good day to you. What do you need?
I'm looking for Ginger from Neuhoff. Was it...
Ginger, you say? Would he be a red-haired fellow?
Yes, have you seen him?
Let me see now. There was a stranger around here.
Really? Because your neighbours told me they know Ginger and that he comes to visit you.
You can't believe everything you hear.
I've no reason not to believe them. I'm investigating the massacre at Neuhoff, and that boy knows something about it. I have to talk to him, damn it.
All right. But first you have to prove you're on the right side.
How?
There's been 2 armed men wandering around asking about Ginger. Cutthroats by the look of them. Get rid of them, and we'll let you see Ginger.
All right, I'll deal with it.
I'm glad to hear it. I'd say they're somewhere between here and our neighbors upstream. The path to it leads straight from the stream. Try.
All right, I'll have a look there. Thank you.
must have fired from here. He's disappeared. Just wait, you bastard. Next time you'll be in for it.
Well, I never. The pig turns up willingly for the slaughter. You fucking dog. You'll get what for.
Raise the alarm! Watch out!
I'm gonna enjoy this.
You've got to be kidding!
I am honored that a knight such as you takes an interest in me.
You don't have to worry about those bandits anymore. I've dealt with them.
Really? And I suppose I have to take your word for it.
If you want proof, I can take you to them. Maybe I should have brought you their heads.
I'll take your word for it. All right, a bargain's a bargain. Ginger is hiding out in a ruined hut not far from here. You go along the road to Uzits until you see a path to the right that leads to a small spring. There's an overgrown path that leads from there right to where Ginger is. Keep your eyes peeled, though. You could easily miss it.
Good. Jesus, you've led me a merry day.
What do you want?
I want to ask you a couple of questions. Why did you run off like that? Where are your cronies? And why did you kill that bandit?
What?
Right, one thing at a time. Why did you run off in such a hurry?
Because I was afraid they'd come back and kill...
Who?
Those bandits, of course.
To get revenge on you for killing their mate?
Killing? Me? I never killed...
I'm looking for your friends. Where are they?
The charcoal burners? They're over at the...
To hell with the charcoal burners. Where are your bandit mates?
They're not my mates. They nearly killed me. I recognized one of them, so I thought they'd come back and... I don't know his name, only that he's from Ushets and he has a limp.
What can you tell me about him? How do you know him?
I saw him a few times in the tavern in Ushets, playing dice and boozing.
And?
I know he lives in a house on the edge of the village, but that's all I know. I never talked to him.
Why did you kill that bandit?
What? Bandit? I never killed anyone.
This is yours, isn't it? I pulled it from the belly of a dead bandit near the stud farm.
That is mine, but I didn't stab him. That fellow took it from me.
What fellow?
I don't know his name, but he's from Ushets, and...
He limps and he's from Ushets. That's not much to go on.
It's all I know. I never talked...
And now tell me exactly what happened. And don't leave anything out.
That's quite a long story.
Don't worry, I won't get bored.
All right. I woke up in the middle of the night because I needed to go for a piss. So I went out into the dark, same as usual, only there was something there that shouldn't have been. At first I thought it was just a trick of the light, but it wasn't. Then it was too late. They went past, and I thought they must be horse thieves. I would have yelled, only I was afraid they'd kill me. So I waited until they were out of sight, and I started to sneak away. But then...
Then the slaughtering started.
Yes. I thought they'd steal the horses and ride off. That would be bad enough. But then all the killing started, and flames everywhere. It was terrible, like hell itself.
And then?
It seemed some of them didn't like it either. They started squabbling among themselves, and some of them started running back where they came from, right towards me. And I had that thing in my hand, the hoof pick.
So you stabbed the first one in the belly?
No. He ran right into me. He was running fast for a fellow with a limp. He pushed me aside and I fell on the ground. Then he told me I'd better lie low if I valued my life. And he ran off with the others. I did what he said and hid. Then the rest of the gang ran past.
And then?
Then I waited in case that limping one from Ushits came back. I didn't dare come out until I was sure. I think it was almost light.
What about the others? Was there anything you noticed?
I don't know. There might have been maybe 8 of them, and 2 of them were really big. That's all I can remember.
Do you know what they argued about?
I didn't hear everything, but I reckon some of them were only there to steal and wanted no part in the killing.
That sounds terrible. I know exactly how you feel.
If only I yelled. Maybe they...
If you had, you'd most likely be dead. It probably wouldn't have done any good anyway.
But still...
There was nothing you could do. That's all. I've heard everything I need to hear, so I'll leave you be.
Wait! What about me? Won't you help me out?
Perhaps I could.
I'd like to go back to the stud farm, but those cutthroats who want to kill me are...
They're out of the way. I ran into them on my travels.
Really? That's...
What?
I'm afraid to go back to the farm. I ran away, and God knows.
I could go and ask them if it's important.
Would you? You'll definitely have their respect, the way you took care of those cutthroats. What is it? Good man, may I disturb you for a moment?
What is it then?
It's about this.
What?
You heard?
I'm not in the habit.
What's happening is I'm challenging...
Eager, aren't you?
I'm
pleased to meet you, Sir Oldbran.
My mother sent me out to get... In short, she sent me off looking for some virgin to save. And to win glory.
You can't duel with someone just like that. It has to be a...
But I thought knights fight for the...
I suppose so. Only...
Like...
No doubt you carry some fine clothing on your travels, don't you?
Yes.
Then you can go as you are. At least you'll look adventurous.
Wait, well, what about me?
I'm giving you a chance to fight for honor. That's a valuable thing, isn't it? Let's get to it.
Wonderful. Quitting! A wager is a wager. Farewell, my lovely brocade tunic. Wear it in good health, friend.
I found Ginger. He begged me to ask if he...
Why should I take him back? It might be his fault to have...
What?
Why else would he flee but guilt? The men said they didn't see him in bed.
Hey,
he didn't have a clean conscience because he gave those murderers a signal.
That's not true. He fled because one of the attackers recognized him and Ginger was a...
Those are just excuses.
But they came back the very same day. If he hadn't run, they'd have killed...
Why would they do that?
Why not? They'd already murdered several people. Why...
And now I'm supposed to take him back? What if they come back for him and kill...
The cutthroats who were after him have been taken care of. And the rest...
And what about for revenge? I can't...
I understand your concerns, but you just need to ask Sir Hanish to leave you a guard. Those bandits might be willing to take on a few stable boys, but not an armed soldier.
I'd definitely feel better if someone was here a few days to keep watch.
It can be arranged. I'm sure Sir Bernard won't object.
Good then. Let the lad come back. God bless. Watch where you're going.
I'm honored that a knight such as you takes an interest in me.
I talked to Ginger and found out what happened.
Out with it, then.
Ginger fled because he recognized one of the raiders. He was afraid they'd come back to silence him.
Well, he was right. They were asking him.
He didn't know his name. Some fellow with a limp.
All right. Since you've gone this far, you may as well ask around in Uzhitz. We've enough to do here in these parts anyway. Sir Radzik will tell you about it. He said to send you to him if you haven't already...
Can you teach me how to defend?
Certainly.
I'd like to practice.
All right.
Isn't that quite a lot? Is this enough?
Come now. Agreed. Now.
Can you teach me how to...
Certainly.
I'm interested in more advanced techniques.
All right.
Isn't that quite a lot? Satisfied?
Well. Agreed. Now.
Can you teach me how to do...
Certainly.
I'd like to hone my...
All right. But...
Isn't that quite a lot? What about this?
I'd almost... Agreed. Now...
Can you teach me how...
Certainly.
I want to achieve...
All right, but it'll...
Isn't that quite a lot? What do you say to this?
That's not enough. Agreed. Now listen up.
Hey, what?
What do you need?
Sir, I've been to Ujits, and the parish priest there is very odd indeed.
Godwin? Aye, an intriguing fellow. He's the youngest son of one of the lords of Kuttenberg. He was sent to the university to become a priest, as is customary with the youngest son. But he didn't much care for it. So when he finished studying, instead of taking up his parish, he went roaming. I imagine he had a pretty adventurous life. And then one day he came back and settled down.
My lord, I managed to find a clue.
Excellent. Bernard already told me what's been happening.
The whole story, or just the gist?
It's up to you what you consider him.
One of the Neuhoff stable boys, a lad they called Ginger, fled from there and hid out with some charcoal burners. I have to say, there's a lot of them around. I never thought how many forges and ironworks they have to supply.
That's true, but keep to the point.
Oh, yes, sir. I had quite a job finding him. He was well hidden and with good reason. The bandits wanted to kill him because he recognised one of them.
Did he tell you what happened?
He said it wasn't one gang, but two. And one of them took fright when the slaughter started. Seems they were only interested in loot, so they quarrelled with the other lot. Then it came to a skirmish in the woods, and one of them was killed. And the rest of them scattered.
And did you find out where they went?
All I know is one of them is from Ujits. I know enough about him to be able to track him down.
All right, but those cutthroats must know who he is too, right? And if they want to get revenge on him or silence him, you'd better hope they don't get to him before you. So drop everything and get on his trail. Find out what he knows and then report back to me. I'm going to our encampment at Merhayed to oversee the security of the region.
Yes, sir. Why choose Merhayed?
It's somewhat at the centre of events, isn't it? And what's more, there's another stud farm there.
Sir, do you think they're going to try the same thing again?
I shouldn't think so. Everyone will be on the alert now, but the secluded dwellings are more vulnerable. There are few people in them.
But the bandits won't find much silver in places like that.
There's always a groschen or two, some food and so on. Anyway, how much silver did they get from slaughtering those horses?
True. If they'd stolen them, they could have sold them.
Exactly. It's not about the silver.
But what?
Creating fear. Such great terror that you won't even squeak when they come to cut your throat. Never mind raise your hand against them. Fear that will root you to...
I have some news about the investigation.
Good. Tell me.
The trail leads to Ujits. I found out one of the bandits is from there, a fellow they call Lim...
I see. What else?
That's all I found out so far, sir.
All right. Come back and report.
What's the matter, laddie? Need to shit?
I'm looking for a fellow who lives here, but I don't know his name. Do you know anyone with a limp?
Aye, he lives here all right. The devil take him. In a cottage.
Фиф. Уиф, ёп. Шевели булками, Георгий, блядь. Лимон ёбаный, блядь. Давай.
You showed him. Thank you, that thieving magpie. You can't trust. And just so you know, I'm no pinch purse. Here's a small reward.
Thanks.
Ёб твою мать, 4 гроша. Ух ты, нихуя ты очнулся, ёпты. Стоять.
Hey.
Пожалуй, я тебя зарублю. Хуя ты очнулся, блядь. Вертушки мне нахуй засандалил. Хуй ты мамин. Здесь тебе нравится? Здесь, пожалуй, ты умрешь. На нахуй на дрова тебя порубил, блядь. Еще и бабок возьми. Ну и где там ваш Филипп живет? А мой Любыш был примерным семьянином, отличным гражданином, просто замечательным человеком. Но ёб же ж вашу мать, вдруг он однажды пернул в общественной бане.
Move along, citizens. Move along. There's nothing to see here.
That's what you call nothing to see. I'd like to know what something to see looks like.
By the keys of St. Peter, this is all I need. We'll have to send word to Sir Hanush.
That might not be necessary.
Who are you?
I'm Henry of Skalitz, in the service of Hanush's Captain Bernard. I'm investigating the attack at Neuhof, and I think this could be related.
Well, I'm the bailiff of Auschwitz. And I say we don't want any of that kind of trouble around here. What makes you think this has anything to do with Neuhof?
One of the folk at the stud farm recognized someone from Auschwitz among the bandits.
We have no bandits or murderers around here.
They say he had a limp?
Shit. Well, allow me to introduce you to Limpy Lubosh.
Sakra. Nothing's ever easy. I'll have to take a look around and ask a few more questions, if that's all right with you.
You can take this mess off my hands and welcome to it. As for what else there is to find out, I don't know. But look and ask all you like.
Who was Limpy Lubosh?
A poor crofter and a scoundrel. Can't say I'm too surprised what happened to him. He kept company with all sorts of vermin. He was always getting into some kind of trouble. Punch-ups in the tavern and what have you.
How come he limped?
He got that from some villainy.
Has he been up to anything suspicious lately?
I don't know. The last few days he didn't go anywhere. He was home the whole time. But he always kept everyone in the village at...
Did he have any kith or kin in the village?
None. A loner he was. I don't know the last time I saw him with anyone.
Do you happen to know where he was on the night of the Neuhof?
I've no idea. He kept his distance from other folk, so you never knew if he was away or holed up at home.
When did you find the body? And did anyone see anything?
Just now. And nobody saw or heard anything. I don't know how they...
The parish priest here in Ujitz, he's a peculiar sort of cleric.
He is indeed. He's as hard as nails. More than once he's intervened in a brawl in the tavern.
I doubt he acquired those skills at the seminary.
He probably learned to fight at home before he went to university. That's how it goes with those aristocrats. But I heard something happened and he was roving the world for a while. Don't know what he got up to.
The parish priest?
He is indeed. He's as high.
I doubt he acquired those skills at the center.
You know how it goes. The nobles send their youngest sons to study for the priesthood. But
I hope I can be of help to you, knight.
I've come in the name of Sir Hanush of Lipa. I'm investigating the massacre in Neuhof.
Sir Hanush gives a job like that to a young fellow like you? Well, what do I care?
That man Lubosh who was murdered.
He was a strange one. Always drinking, bad-tempered. Lord knows how he made a living.
Have you noticed anything suspicious recently?
I didn't see much of him lately. Not even in the tavern. Not till yesterday in
Do you know what Lubosh was doing the day Neuhof was raided?
I don't think he was home at all. Wait.
Do you know anyone Lubosh used to spend time with? Relatives or...
I really don't know. As far as I know, he had no...
That's all. Thank you. I've come in the name of Sir...
I don't know how I can help you, but...
Who was this Lubosh?
You could see at first glance he was no...
Have you noticed anything suspicious recently?
There wasn't sight or sound of him for a long time. And then yesterday, he turned up at the church and even...
Do you know what Lubosh was doing?
I don't think he was home. I didn't see...
Do you know who Lubosh used to spend time with?
As far as I know, he had no...
That's all. Thank
I hope I can be of help.
I've come in the name of Sir Hanush of...
Of course, ask her.
That man Lub...
He was a drunk who was always looking for a fight. Nobody...
Have you noticed anything suspicious recently?
Well, now I think of it, I hadn't seen him around for a...
Have you noticed any...
Well, now I think...
Do you know what Lubosh was doing the day Neuhof was raided? Do you know anyone Lubosh...
He was a loner.
That's all. Thank you.
God be with you.
I've come in the name of Sir...
Sir Hanush gives a job like that to a young fellow like you?
That's all.
Look where you're going.
Are you serious?
Эй, чуваки, за Любу слышали? Давай, жачок. Тяги. Ну давай, родимая, как ему давала?
I've come in the name of...
I don't know how I can...
Who was this Lub?
You could see at first glance he was no good. I kept well out of his...
Да, уж держалась,
That's
понятно.
all. Thank you.
Ковка, сука, местная. Давай, мегадет, расскажи.
Jesus Christ be praised.
Воистину Акбар.
The blessings of our good Lord be with you, Father. I'm here in the name of Sir Hanush of Lipa, investigating the massacre at Neuhof, which seems to be connected to a murder here. Can I ask you a few questions?
It seems Sir Hanush is employing children as investigators. But ask as you wish, boy. I hope this nasty business will be cleared up quickly.
Did you know Lubosh? What was he like?
Bit of a lost soul. Simple, rough fellow, but at heart I don't think he was such a bad person.
Did you know Lubosh? What was he like?
Bit of a lost soul. Simple, rough fellow, but at...
Это я слышал.
Did you notice anything suspicious recently?
My child, all sorts of suspicious things have been going on recently. People like Lubosh don't know what to do about it, and sometimes they do stupid things.
That's really not a lot of help to me, Father.
I'm sorry to hear that.
Do you know what Lubosh was doing on the day Neuhof was raided?
Unfortunately, I do know. And I'd like to help you with your investigation, but I can't.
What?
I'm bound by certain vows that forbid me to tell you.
Vows more important than catching dangerous murderers?
There are laws of God above the laws of man, son, and one of those is the sanctity of the confessional.
Ща, блядь, заправлю тут. Ой, ёпта.
Father, surely you can't be serious. There must be situations in which you can make an exception.
There are things that apply always, no matter what the circumstances, and this is one of them.
But Lubosh is dead. You can't hurt him, but if you don't tell me, more innocent people may die.
If I told you, I would be betraying a vow that's a cornerstone of the Holy Church. If people believed the sanctity of the confessional couldn't be trusted, the consequences would be even worse than that.
Worse than the death of innocent Christians? Worse than the murderer escaping punishment?
No one escapes punishment.
Father, Lubosh was my only lead to the Neuhof raiders. Only he could tell me who was responsible for that massacre. If I don't find out who it was, it will probably happen again. Surely you wouldn't want that.
I wouldn't. But I can't betray the sanctity of the confessional. I'll tell you what. Give me some time and I'll try to think up some way of helping you. Suppose we talk it over in the evening, in the tavern, over a cup of good wine. Maybe we'll come up with something.
All right. Thank you, Father.
Да ебаное все, блядь. Все полилось-то со всех сторон, ёб твою мать. Андрюша. Лучше. Отче хуёче, блядь. Твою мать. Скольки тут оставаться надо? Ты ж хуй мамин, ёбан. Место сдай.
Good day to you. What do you...
Давай койку.
Certainly. For how long?
How about if I pay you for 7?
Время,
All
ёпта.
right.
Блять! Ёб твою мать!
I've come in the name of Sir Hanush of Lipa.
I don't know nothing about it, but...
That man Lubosh who was murdered, what was he like?
I didn't really know him.
Have you noticed anything suspicious recently?
Come to think of it, he was in church yesterday. He was even talking to the... I was wondering what he was... faith all of a sudden.
Do you know what Lubosh was doing the day Neuhof was raided?
I was coming from the tavern very late that night, and he looked like he was in a hurry. It was only a shadow.
Do you know anyone Lubos you...
Not with anyone from the village. He used to sit in the tavern next...
That's all. Is there anything...
Nothing out of the...
Слава богу. Где койка, ты гондон? Сложно. Я бухаю под